Welcome to Learn Yourself. Today we are going to solve some of the question answer from the chapter 3 Atoms and Molecules. This chapter is under CBSE Standard 9. So we are solving question answer from the page number 32. So first question is that 0.3 gram of sodium carbonate is reacting with 6 gram of acetic acid. Then we will get 2.2 gram of carbon dioxide, 0.9 gram of water and sodium acetate, that is of 8.2 gram. Now our question says that show that this observation are in agreement with the law of conservation of mass. So how can we show that? What is the law of conservation of mass? Conservation of mass means whatever reactants we are taking, whatever the amount of reactant or whatever weight of reactant we are taking, the same amount, same weight we will get at product side. So here we are proving that matter cannot be destroyed and matter cannot be created. Whatever mass you are adding as a reactant, the same mass you will get at the product. So to prove that, to prove the law of conservation of mass, we need to add the mass of reactant and we need to add the mass of products, and we will see that both are equal or not. So here 5.3 we are adding in 6, so we will get 11.3 gram total of reactants. Now here we are adding this 3, we will get 11.3 grams. So here we can see that the weight of reactants and weight of products are equal, they are same. So we can say that yes, the law of conservation of mass is hold true for this reaction. Then second question is hydrogen and oxygen combine in the ratio of 1:8 by mass to form water. What mass of oxygen gas would be required to react completely with 3 gram of hydrogen gas? Now we know that hydrogen and oxygen when react together we will get water. So for water we require this ratio. So what is our ratio? This is hydrogen is to oxygen. So 1:8. So what is hydrogen here? This is our hydrogen and this is our oxygen. Now question is that what mass of oxygen required to react with 3 gram of hydrogen? So here we are changing hydrogen to 3 gram. Then we need to calculate that how much amount of oxygen we require to react with 3 gram of hydrogen. We can directly write this here 3 multiply with 8 because here 1 is there. Or if this number is other than 1, then we can calculate like this, that 1 gram of hydrogen react with 8 gram of oxygen. So if we have 3 gram of hydrogen, then how much amount of oxygen we required? So here to calculate the amount of oxygen we need to multiply 8 into 3 divide by 1. So here 24 gram. So how much oxygen we required to react with 3 gram of hydrogen? Then 24 gram of oxygen we require. The third question is which postulate of Dalton's atomic theory is result of law of conservation of mass? Again, what is the law of conservation of mass? Matter cannot be created, matter cannot be destroyed. So here you can see on the page number 32, the other side of the page, where the Dalton's postulate have been given. There are 6 postulates we have also studied. You can see the video in the description link. So the second postulate tells that atoms are indivisible particles which cannot be created or destroyed in chemical reaction. That means how much amount you are adding in reactant side, that much amount you will get at the product side. So atoms cannot be created and atoms cannot be destroyed. So the second postulate of Dalton's theory is result of the law of conservation of mass. Then fourth question is, which postulate of Dalton's atomic theory can explain the law of definite proportion? Now what is the meaning of definite proportion? When we are writing H2O, then two atoms of hydrogen is reacting with one atom of oxygen. This is definite proportion. You cannot change the molecular formula of any compound. Postulate number 6, explain the law of definite proportion, which says that the relative number and kinds of atoms are constant in given compound. Constant means anywhere on the earth, wherever you find a water, and if you will chemically taste it, then you will get two atoms of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen in one molecule of water. That is the meaning of atoms will remain constant in one molecular compound. So the sixth postulate explains the law of definite proportion. Now our next set of question, it's from page number 35. First question is, define atomic mass unit. We have already studied this and we have already learned that how we are defining atomic mass and atomic number, and why we are comparing it with carbon atom and why we are comparing any other atom to hydrogen atom. This video's link I have given in the description. Here let us see the definition and understand it in brief. One atomic mass unit is equal to exactly 1/12 the mass of one atom of carbon. That means one atom is equal to 1/12. Why we are taking 1/12? Because carbon's atomic mass, one atom of carbon weighs how much? 12. So carbon's atomic mass is 12. So that's why we are comparing it with 1/12 the mass of one atom of carbon. So any one particular atom, for example X atom, weight, how much we are comparing it with carbon? It's 1/12 of carbon atom. And then we are checking the atomic mass for that particular atom. So we need to write this, that one atomic mass unit equal to exactly 1/12 the mass of one carbon atom, or carbon 12. Why we are mentioning here carbon 12? Because there are two other isotopes of carbon, carbon 13 and carbon 14. But here we need to take carbon 12. So that's why it is important to mention carbon 12 and not the 14 one. So we are mentioning here that we are taking 1/12 the mass of one atom of which carbon? Carbon 12. So this is a definition of atomic mass unit. And definition has to be perfectly like this, so you have to remember it like this. We cannot write it in our own words. So you write it 2 to 3 times and try to remember it correctly. Second, why is not possible to see an atom with naked eyes? This is very simple, that atoms are very tiny particles, and if, for example, if we want to write, then one hydrogen atom's radii is equal to 10 raised to minus 10 meter. So that much small amount we cannot see through our eyes. For that we require electron microscope. So that's why it is not possible for us to see the atoms with naked eye. So that is all for today's video. In coming video we are going to solve some of the more question answers. So don't forget to subscribe, learn yourself. I'll see you in next video. Till then, keep learning, keep sharing.